These are the days that you love doing the show. What's good, everybody? Welcome into Coach and Company. We are on Stadium every single weekday. It's 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you don't catch us here, you can also catch us on demand all day long on our BTT YouTube page. Now, the NBA trade deadline is today, and I got to tell you, this might be the most exciting trade deadline that we've ever had. So, real quickly, as always, we look back before we look forward. And yesterday, your boy went 2-0. Atlanta, thank you very much, getting 4.5. And how about the Pistons? Never been so happy to have a Cavs player hit a half-court shot to win the game in regulation in my life. So not a bad day for the entire crew as we get set for the last couple of days of the week before we get to the Super Bowl on Sunday. Now, I told you, it's the trade deadline and we can't waste any more time. We're not going to do the big intros. We got to bring him in right now. Big Tommy C from the Northeast. I got my man Raphael from on site at the Super Bowl, and from Miami is my man Z, and that's exactly where we're going to start. Z, man, today, I'm telling you right now, everybody said Jimmy Butler, he's losing money. He's losing money. Well, he might be getting the last laugh. Traded yesterday, broke by ESPN, and he's going to get 2 years, $121 million, and he's Golden State. Break it all down for me.
Yeah, so I'm sitting on the couch with my son last night. He's like, "Oh, this is not a good trade. Jimmy Butler's so much better than Andrew Wiggins." But you can't look at it that way. The Jimmy Butler era was over. They were done with him. He wasn't playing for the Heat anymore. So when you consider that, getting Andrew Wiggins, who is a quality starter in this league, who's a really good 3-and-D player, who actually is having a really good season, all right? They're getting a guy that they could plug in right now at the small forward position and who plays their style of play. So there's not going to be too much of adjustment when it comes to Andrew Wiggins. Is this Heat team a championship contender? No, they don't have that number one guy. Tyler Hero's an all-star. But still, the return that Miami got with Wiggins, great locker room guy, PJ Tucker, who loved his time here in Miami a couple of years ago, and they get a first-round pick. Now, it's lottery protected. The Warriors will likely be a playoff team, so that pick will likely convey in that mid to late teen area where the Heat have found success with guys like Kelly Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr. So the Heat are going to like that pick. But moving off of Butler, me, the Heat fan, we need to get on with our lives. And so now we're able to do that since Jimmy Butler's out.
Team Z, they were very happy with. There's video floating around that a fan in the front row was telling the entire Heat bench what the trade was
It's
in
funny.
real time. I mean, that was
It's
incredible.
funny.
So even the players were into it, right?
Yeah, I was sitting, I'm watching the game with my 16-year-old son, and I pointed at the screen. I go, look, the fans behind the bench are telling the players about the
Mm-hmm.
trade. And that was the exact video that ended up floating around, on social media afterward. So, yeah, fans were informing the players mid-game.
And I think the players are kind of like the fan base, Raphael, that they were all ready to move on. Now, from
Yeah.
a numbers perspective, the odds really changed in Luka and AD. What did they do here with the Heat and the Warriors?
Yeah, I wrote them down as we were typing this up. So Heat went from 250 to 1 yesterday before the trade. Now they're 150 to 1 to win a championship.
Wow.
Golden State was 50 to 1, and now they're 30 to 1. But I'm going to put another prop bet because when I saw this thing trade go through, everyone asked me, what about this? What about this? Who wins in a fight in practice, Draymond Green or Jimmy Butler? And I got Draymond Green minus 250.
That's a pretty good prop right there. Now, all this materialized, guys, because the Warriors were going after Kevin Durant of the Suns, who last night got blown out. And we'll talk about him in one word coming up in about 45 minutes. But, Tommy, KD wanted nothing to do with going back to playing with Steph Curry, which is interesting on where people see Steph Curry. I guess Jimmy Butler had no issues with it. What does it tell you that KD said, nope, I'll stay with the Suns, who are basically a 500 team?
Yeah, it's really crazy. I think for such a big time superstar, Durant, he has traveled to a lot of teams, right? I mean, you get your superstars, but you get your big time superstars. He's a big time superstar, and he has traveled a lot. I think he just wants to stay in Phoenix. Man, why wouldn't I want to go play with Steph Curry and have a shot at another NBA title? That's another story. So I think he's just tired of traveling. I think he wanted to stay with the Suns. It could be his team. He knows that team is still Steph Curry's team, and maybe that bothers him a little bit. But man, if it was me, I would love to play with Steph Curry. I got to tell you that right now, and have one more shot at the NBA title. Better than the Suns. Got to tell you that right now.
So Z, let's go back to you and let's talk about that for a second because Jimmy Butler, you're there in Miami. You're a Heat guy. You've been. How do you think Steph Curry is embracing this news and this trade?
I think for one, I think it shows you how ugly the split was with Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. I don't think he wants to play with Draymond Green again. You know, it certainly doesn't have anything to do with Steph Curry. I think that you got to ask Steph Curry that question after 3 p.m. Eastern time today because they still got a few hours here to get something else done if they want to even continue improving the team after acquiring Jimmy Butler. But overall, the Kevin Durant situation, it always seemed like a pipe dream. I don't understand why Phoenix would trade him. You know, the Suns suffer from new owner syndrome. You know what new owner syndrome is? That's when you get a brand new owner. He's young, he's wealthy, and he makes all the big moves right away because he thinks he knows what's best. He knows how to run an NBA team. And so they make the huge trade for Kevin Durant. They make the huge trade for Bradley Beal and Matt Ishbia. It's all blown up in his face. That's new owner syndrome, all right? They're in the middle of that right now. So it never made sense to me. And look, there's still a few hours left until the deadline, but you're gonna go from trying to acquire Butler to moving off of Kevin Durant. That make a whole
Yep.
lot of sense to me.
Hey, let's not forget about the $2 snacks that you get at Phoenix. Now, that's been the big story coming out of the Suns. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we're going to talk about another big trade. The Lakers are still moving. We'll get to that in about 10 minutes. But after a solid day yesterday here at the brand, we got to get back to it. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to beat the books. All right, so let's get to our best bets today. And I tell you what, Raphael, you haven't been around all week. You've been busy hobnobbing at the Super Bowl. So why don't we let you go first today? What do you got for us?
I was talking to my best friend yesterday, SpongeBob, when I took a picture of my BTT gear on yesterday, and I asked him, "Hey, Chiefs Eagles, do you like the over in the first quarter or the under in the first quarter?" He's like, "I like the under 9.5 in the first quarter because I think both teams are going to want to establish the run early, especially if you're the Eagles. You want to keep the only man on the planet that competes you, Patrick Mahomes, off the field. So we're gonna go with the first quarter under 9.5." And I've been talking prop bets for the past 3 days, doing gazillion shows. And everyone kept on telling me I'm nuts. But we have a guy that's on the show that's nuts. Give me Travis Kelce under 6.5 receptions, minus 140. He only had 2 catches against Buffalo. This prop bet has hit 4 out of 6 times. I think he'll get targeted, but I think he might be another decoy. And again, we're probably going to see the run game from Kansas City. So I'm going to say under 6.5 receptions. It's a little juicy, but I need some juice because I need to drink really well because I'm tired and I'm thirsty.
I don't even know what you just said. That I know that you took a little gimmick infringement on my man Z over there. So Z, we got to go to you. What do you make of Raphael taking your shtick?
I mean, look, as long as he's ready to pay the piper, all right. For all you know, Pat Riley in the NFL, they came to an agreement. Pat Riley has had the copyright for the word three-peat for almost 40 years now.
Wow,
I think it was after they won the back-to-back championships in 87, 88, the Lakers. So almost 40 years, and Pat Riley and the NFL have come to an agreement for merchandising if the Chiefs wind up winning the Super Bowl. How about that?
He's the smartest man in sports. He's the smartest man in sports. All right, so Z, with Pat Riley in our minds, what are your best bets today, sir?
All right, so here's what we got today. Number one, we got the Florida Panthers back in action. All right, so we're going to go on the puck line. I love Panthers are first place in the Atlantic Division. Oh, I love the Florida Panthers. I mean, look right above me. There's my dog, Matthew Tkachuk, right there when they're winning the Eastern Conference Championship a couple years ago. They're the Stanley Cup champion as well. So anyway, I love playing the Florida Panther puck line because you get plus money on a really good team. Yes, you have to win by a goal and a half, but can the Panthers win by multiple goals? Of course. Can they score an empty net goal late in the game? Of course. They're at the St. Louis Blues. I don't know if you guys are aware. Maybe you don't follow the National Hockey League on a day-to-day basis. The Blues, that team sucks, all right? So Panthers, -1.5 on the puck line tonight. That's the way we roll. Now I also got an NBA. I got an NBA money line parlay. If you like, you want to get nuts,
I'm
we can
coming
do
back
that.
to you. I'm coming back to you.
Okay.
I'm coming
All
back
right.
to you. Tommy, me and you got to be a little quick. Then we got to get back to Z. What do you like today, Tommy?
I got the Rockets money line -105, and I got the Rockets the over 250.5 at -108. Two good teams. Rockets are a hell of a team right now. I believe the Rockets will win this game.
Have to bounce back, Tommy. I don't know if anybody
Yes.
saw how the game ended 2 nights ago. It was the craziest thing. At down 4 with 8 seconds to go, and they lose. Go
Yeah.
back and watch it on YouTube. All right,
Yep.
I got 3 plays. I'm on the road, as you guys see. I'm outside of the friendly confines. I'm doing the WN Phoenix Open. Make sure you get the times right. It's Mountain Time. I got 3 round 1 plays. Andrew Novak, love him this week, -110 over Ricky Fowler. Fowler's best days are behind him. You're getting me even money. I like it. Tom Kim, he's my pick to win this week. So I like him to get off to a good start, -140 over Robert McIntyre, who's come all the way over from Europe. Don't like him this week. And then Sahith Theegala. Last year, he had a top 10 here. This is just kind of a throw it out there. +230 over Scotty Scheffler. You give me Theegala, who had a T10 last year. It's just, again, a little sprinkle, but I like it at +230. This guy is a rising star on the PGA Tour. So those are my 3 plays. All right. The floor, Mr. Z, is all yours for your money line. Let's get nuts parlay. Let's go.
All right, you guys know I love money. All right, and a good way to win money is let's put together a good old parlay. But I do it in a safe route. All right, I take an NBA money line parlay. So 3 teams here. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. We got the Celtics. They are at home tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Anthony Davis, not quite ready to make his debut. All right, that's analysis enough. We're going to take the Nuggets. We're at home hosting the Orlando Magic. Magic are on the second night of a back-to-back. You got the thin air there in Denver. Oh, the Magic players, they're gonna have headaches by the middle of the third quarter. All right, and then you got the LA Clippers. They are at home tonight against the Indiana Pacers. So we're going to play 3 home teams tonight. Moneyline parlay +145.
I absolutely love it. And tonight, as you look at it, 6 games on the docket, including that Magic Nuggets game. Keep an eye on the Blazers. They have been red hot, and they continue to get points. We got about 30 seconds, Raphael. With the Blazers winning over and over and over, they continue to get 4, 5, 6 points every single night. Haven't looked at the line yet today, but the Kings come in after getting blown out by the Magic last night. Do you think the Blazers would be a good play today?
I do, but this is a very cautious. The last day of the NBA trade deadline. I mean, the Kings just got Jonas for Valanciunas yesterday in a trade, so he's probably not playing. So they might be light on the bench for Sacramento. So I think there's only one side to play on. This is Portland because they haven't made any moves. So everyone's sitting around ready for chomping on the bits to play some ball.
Right now, they're at -1 at -108, but they've been red hot. I mean, they just blew the Suns out twice. All right, gentlemen, great start. Still to come here on Coaching Company on Stadium. And don't forget, you also catch us on demand on our YouTube page. It just went past 15,000 subs. We've got a full Super Bowl show. My man, Raphael, he's been all over the cross sport bets. We're going to tackle him coming up next. Then we're going to do a little take your pick after the bottom of the hour. Everybody's focused on Kelsey, Mahomes, and Hurts. What about the other players? We're going to dive into those as well. And also, we've got a special edition today of one word. Peter Alonso. Did he overplay his hand in New York? Many people are saying yes. All of that is still to come. I got the best damn company in the business. We're just getting started. It's Thursday. Where else do you want to start your day? It's Coaching Company. It is Stadium. And damn it, as always, we are a vibe.